It was a Sunday for the record books.
Settle in as we rewind the week with the latest edition of Monday Backspin from PGA TOUR.com.
Every Sunday is exciting on the PGA Tour, but then there are those days that make you remember why you love watching sports so much. This past Sunday was one of them, and not just because of the incredible win in Silvis, Illinois, but because of all of the victories across the board. Starting off with the John Deere Classic, defending champion Zach Johnson looked poised for another victory at TPC Deere Run, but then everything changed when 19-year-old Jordan Spieths, who has been playing with special temporary membership, pulled out from the greenside bunker on the 18th to take the clubhouse lead and wait to see what happened next. Johnson dropped a shot on the last to come back to Spieths at 19 under par, and Canadian David Hearn followed suit. We then watched as the three players, all in very different places in their careers, battled it out through 5 playoff holes. Johnson was looking to continue his dominance while Hearn searched for his first PGA Tour win, while young Jordan Spieths was hoping to turn a temporary status into a permanent one. In the end, it was the fearless University of Texas alum who finally put an end to the sudden death, a putt that put him in the record books forever. Spieth becomes just the 4th player in PGA Tour history to win in his teens and the first to accomplish that feat since 1931. With this victory, the Texas native goes from no status on the PGA Tour to a full-blown member. He also retroactively gains all of the FedEx Cup points he would have earned this season if he had been a member, and improves to 11th in the standings, securing the young talent into at least the first 2 playoff events. And if all of that wasn't enough, Spieth also punched the last ticket to the Open Championship. After his round, he said he did not pack for Edinburgh, but I'm sure Under Armour will get him everything he needs for his first time competing for the Claret Jug. For one last memory now about the John Deere Classic, let's throw out to Doug Bell of SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio.
Amanda, when I look back at the John Deere Classic, I think of my favorite week on the PGA Tour for a number of reasons. First, the Rock River behind me. You can see it on several of the holes. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous view. One of the best on the PGA Tour all year. And speaking of that, the weather this week in Silvis, Illinois was the best so far on the PGA Tour in 2013. Now, the Travelers was pretty good, but this was even better. We've been interrupted 15 separate times because of weather on the PGA Tour so far this year. That wasn't the case from start to finish. And because of the outstanding weather, we had incredible scoring conditions. Firm fairways, the bent grass greens thrived under these conditions, especially with the cool temperatures at night. And the result was another exciting finish for the John Deere Classic. Let's go back to you.
Thanks, Doug. I promised you Sunday was a day to remember, and not just because of Spieth. On the Web.com Tour, history was also made. Alabama native Will Wilcox became just the 4th player in Web.com Tour history to card a 59. The last to do it was Jason Gore in the 2005 Cox Classic. What was astonishing about his incredible round, though, is that it didn't even result in a victory at the Utah Championship. Just like on the PGA Tour, it came down to a playoff at the Utah Championship presented by Utah Sports Commission between Ashley Hall and Stephen Alker. In the end, though, it was Alker who came out victorious. On the Canadian Tour, it was Riley Wheeldon with the victory at the Syncrude Boreal Open. He becomes the first Canadian to win on his home tour. And we're not done quite yet. On the Champions Tour, the U.S. Senior Open was being contested in Omaha, Nebraska, and it was Kenny Perry with the victory, claiming his 2nd straight Champions Tour major championship of the season. An incredible Sunday, and next week won't disappoint either, as the best players in the world head to Muirfield for the Open Championship. Watch myself and John Swantek break down everything you need to know on PGA Tour.com Tuesday.